a Fulani man, herdsman, has escaped after he was caught spying on some Yoruba kings and traditionalists during a meeting in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The meeting was to address the worsening security situation in the southwest region. The meeting, organized by the chief CÖR1TY-led Yoruba World Assembly and Secretary General Dr. Victor Taiwo, was held at the Western Hall Parliament Building Secretariat, Ibadan. The meeting also attracted a large crowd from Oyo, Osun, Lagos, Ondo, Ekiti, and Ogun State. However, there was apprehension at some point of the gathering, commotion after a Fulani herdsman spied on them, bolted away as soon as it was detected. Now, one would ask, what is the big deal if a Fulani man is around? The Fulani or any other tribe that has kind of embedded himself in Nigeria have the right to be anywhere they want. I mean, walk around, although you cannot be in a particular place if you're not invited, unless it's a public gathering. Now, the development was said to have drawn the anger of Shango worshippers, hunters, who rained curses on him. His Royal Majesty Oba Moses Oladejo Oyediran Ogunswa of Modakeke was just about to drop the microphone when one of the organizers announced the presence of the herder. He said, "We just discovered that a Fulani herder had just spied on us at this meeting, and not just spying on us. He actually recorded all of the proceeding. He recorded all the talk. He recorded everything." And that's what I find amusing with many of these royalties or people. You want to discuss security issues and you made it a public show. What do you expect? We are talking about people who are domiciled in that your location in the south of Nigeria. They understand Igbo language. They understand Yoruba language. They understand Efik. They understand it with the dialect and the accent of the people there. Because many of them were born there. Some of them, they've stayed there for so long and they know the culture. They know the way of life. What do you expect? Well, after the announcement that a Fulani herdsman recorded all the proceedings, and when he realized that he has been noticed and detected, he ran away. And I wonder how fast his legs could carry him with all the people who detected him. All the traditionalists here, you saw what happened. You should do the needful. We didn't invite him. Speaking earlier in the meeting, Oba Oyediran had called on all traditionalists to put their resources together to fight the common enemy, the Fulani herdsmen or herdsmen. He went on to say, "We are the powers that our forefathers left for us." Where are the powers that our forefathers left for us? When these powers are there, why then should these aliens trample upon us? They came to us with sticks, clubs. If it was in the olden days, Oro would come out, he said. Yoruba has a lot of traditional security systems, but we don't use it. If you have friends or relatives that you are not compatible with, then they stay away from you. He said the traditionalists must come together and apply the defense mechanism that their ancestors have provided for them to fight insecurity in the region. Let all the traditionalists come together, combine their powers to fight a common enemy, he beckoned. Now, I don't understand how. That's the point. You will be in a gathering and you expect that your enemy will not come there. I think this is a lesson to anyone who wants to organize any security gathering to discuss. You cannot do that in public view. I think they should have had one or two, closed door meeting. And if they want to brief the people, probably the villagers, they should have just made this a very general briefing, and information should be kept. Information should be kept. The information should not be put out there publicly. Why? Because there are saboteurs, there are people who will still go out to give information to this same Fulani for money, for cows and everything. Don't forget that you will always find saboteurs. That you belong to a particular tribe, and people smile at you does not make it appear that we are all together. It's not the same thing. It is not always the same. So this one has happened. It's a lesson to them, And of course, they claimed that the Fulani guy escaped and couldn't be found anymore. Of course, he succeeded in what he came for. He knows what he needed to do. He knows what he needed to do. And you are the ones who do not know what you need to do. That is simply what it is at the end of the day. You are the one who does not know what you are supposed to do. It's as simple as that. You are the one who lacks the understanding of how those people work. You are the one who lacks that cannot put together yourself to achieve a purpose and a goal. These people, they have over time organized themselves. If you see the way they do their stuff in the bush, in the forest, if you see the way they operate, you will realize that they have been on this for a long time and they've perfected their ways. But you have not perfected a simple meeting that should have been done without the presence of any alien. But unfortunately, he had enough time to record all of your speech and strategy and your encouragement. Well, nevertheless, still on the matter, it doesn't matter if they did all of that and recorded what they needed to record. It doesn't make any difference. He has recorded what he needs to record. What needs to be done is for you to go back to the drawing board and re-strategize on the way forward. Re-strategize on the way forward. If they won't let them record as much as they want to record, still it doesn't put an end to how it doesn't stop or stifle anything. It doesn't put an end to the manner at which they will be forcefully kicked out. They have to be kicked out. But it's quite unfortunate that we are too open. We are too weak. We are not well organized. And you are fighting an enemy that has the president behind them. You are fighting an enemy that has over time embedded themselves. They've kind of embedded themselves into the south of Nigeria. They know your culture. They know your language. They know the people that they need to bribe. They know all of these things, So it's quite unfortunate that you have all of these odds against you. Yet, you have a meeting and there are no security personnel around that meeting ground. What kind of meeting is this? What if these Fulanis invaded and they finished all of these monarchs there? What would have become of them? You're having such meeting as regards security matters on ground. Yet there are no security measures around to make sure that there is a particular distance and people cannot get close to a particular spot and all of that. None at all. Come on. If you're talking of security, your meeting should begin to show signs to the people that you are ready and prepared for what you need to do. You are encouraging the rest of them to involve traditional measures and means of fighting the enemy and bringing out Oro. Why is it that you did not show at least 10% of this in your gathering so that they will know that this is for real, so that the people that you are king over will know that this is for real? Why didn't you at least have security, around to watch, cross-check people that are coming in? But unfortunately, they didn't do that. Well, that's what it is. And this one ran away. He succeeded in recording all the event and he escaped. Next time, I think the kings and any other person that wants to organize any of these things will be very, very, very careful so that information does not go out to the enemies.